What is the one fear that holds you back from achieving your dreams? Fears, my friends, are complex creatures. They're an integral part of our human experience, woven into the very fabric of our existence. They can be as tangible as the fear of spiders, or as abstract as the fear of failure. They can be rational, grounded in reality and experience, or irrational, born from the shadows of our imagination. Each fear is unique, a personal demon that lurks in the corners of our minds, waiting to strike when we're most vulnerable. They can limit our personal and professional growth, acting as invisible chains that bind us to the safe and familiar. The fear of failure, for example, can prevent us from taking risks, from stepping out of our comfort zone and reaching for the stars. But let's delve a little deeper. Fear is more than just an emotional response. It's a psychological phenomenon with profound effects on our decision-making and risk-taking abilities. You see, our brains are wired for survival. They prioritize safety, preferring the known over the unknown, the safe over the risky. This survival instinct is what creates our fears, protecting us from potential dangers. However, in today's world, many of these fears no longer serve us. They're remnants of a bygone era, relics of our evolutionary past. The fear of public speaking, for instance, no longer protects us from the threat of physical harm. Yet it persists, holding us back from expressing our ideas and sharing our passions. But here's the silver lining. Just as fears can be created, they can also be conquered. Each fear presents an opportunity for growth, for personal and professional development. They're not just obstacles, but stepping stones on our path to success. So the next time you feel fear creeping in, remember this. Fears are natural. They're a part of being human. But they shouldn't stop you from reaching your full potential. After all, in the wise words of Mark Twain, courage is resistance to fear, mastery of fear, not absence of fear. Remember, fears are natural, but they shouldn't stop you from reaching your full potential. Fear can be a formidable foe, but many have battled and conquered it. Let's begin with the story of a woman named J.K. Rowling. Rowling was a single mother, struggling to make ends meet. The mere thought of publishing her work made her palms sweaty, her heart race, and her stomach churn. She feared rejection and failure. But Rowling harbored a burning desire, a longing to share her magical world with others. She knew she had a story that needed to be told. So Rowling embarked on a journey to conquer her fear. She began writing in cafes, and with each word, she pushed her boundaries. She faced numerous rejections, but she persisted. With courage and determination, overcame her fear of failure. Today, she is a renowned author, inspiring millions with her enchanting Harry Potter series. Next, let's turn our attention to Sir Richard Branson, a man who once trembled at the sight of vast seas. Water was his worst nightmare, but beneath the fear lay a passion for adventure and exploration. Branson was captivated by the thrill of kitesurfing, but was shackled by his fear. Yet Branson didn't let his fear dictate his life. He started by kitesurfing on calm waters, gradually moving to the rougher seas. With each surf, he felt his fear dissipating, replaced by exhilaration and a sense of accomplishment. It was a grueling process, marked by setbacks and moments of doubt. But Branson was relentless. He conquered his fear of water and kitesurfed across the English Channel, a feat that many deem impossible. These individuals faced their fears head-on, and look where they are now. The lesson here is clear. Fear is not a dead end, but a stepping stone to success and personal growth. It is a challenge to be embraced, a hurdle to be jumped. When we embrace our fears, we unlock our true potential, paving the way for extraordinary achievements. Before we move on to the strategies to overcome fears, I would like to remind you that if you're finding this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more inspiring content. Your support means a lot to us. It encourages us to create more videos and provide you with the tools you need to face and overcome your fears. Remember, every like, every share, every comment helps us reach out to more people. It helps us to create a community where everyone feels empowered to face their fears and chase their dreams. Now, let's continue with our journey to conquer fears. Now, you might be wondering, how can I conquer my fears? Well, let's dive into some strategies that have been proven to work. First up, we have exposure therapy. This is a psychological treatment that helps you confront your fears directly. It's like jumping into the deep end of the pool, only with a lifeguard on standby. In a controlled environment, you're gradually exposed to your fear until it loses its power over you. For instance, if you're afraid of heights, you might start by looking at pictures of tall buildings, then move on to standing on a balcony, and finally progress to something like bungee jumping. It's all about taking small, manageable steps. Next up, we have cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT for short. This is a type of talk therapy where you work with a trained professional to identify negative thought patterns and replace them with more positive, realistic ones. Suppose you're afraid of public speaking. With CBT, you might identify thoughts like, "I'll forget everything," or "people will laugh at me," and then challenge and replace these thoughts with more positive ones, like, "I've prepared well, I know my stuff," or "It's okay to make mistakes, everyone does." Last but not least, we've got mindfulness techniques. Mindfulness is all about staying grounded in the present moment and letting go of worries about the past or future. It's about paying attention to your breath, your body, and your surroundings, and accepting things just as they are. So if you're afraid of flying, instead of panicking about what could happen, you focus on the here and now, the feel of the seat beneath you, the sound of the engine, the rhythm of your breath. All these strategies require patience and practice, but remember, it's not about eradicating fear completely. It's about learning to manage it. Fear is a natural human response, but it doesn't have to rule your life. With the right strategies, you can take control of your fears instead of letting them control you. You've learned about the nature of fears, heard inspiring stories, and discovered strategies to conquer your fears. Let's take a quick trip down memory lane to remind ourselves of the lessons we've covered today. We dove deep into understanding the nature of our fears, realizing that it's perfectly normal to be scared. Fears are just our brain's way of keeping us safe, but they can also limit us when they're out of proportion to the risks we face. We were inspired by the tales of those who have walked this path before us, facing their fears head-on and coming out stronger on the other side. Their stories serve as a beacon, lighting our way as we embark on our own journey to conquer our fears. We then armed ourselves with a toolbox of strategies to overcome these fears. We learned that acknowledging our fears, understanding them, and gradually exposing ourselves to what scares us can be powerful steps towards conquering them. And remember, it's all right to ask for help. Support from loved ones or professionals can make this journey a lot easier. Now, why is facing our fears so important? Well, it's simple. Our fears, if left unchecked, can become barriers that stand between us and our dreams. When we conquer our fears, we unlock new potentials, we grow as individuals, and we open ourselves up to new opportunities and experiences. So if you found value in this video, I encourage you to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Not only will you get access to more content like this, but you'll also be helping others find these resources and conquer their own fears. And don't forget to share this video with someone who might need it. Remember, we're all in this together. Remember, the only thing standing between you and your dreams might just be the fear you haven't yet conquered. So face your fears, conquer them, and live your dreams. Until next time, keep pushing your limits.